What's up, data pipeliners? This is Data Engineer 1 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Kedro release notes. 0.16.3 was released just the other day, and there's a lot of exciting features coming down the pipeline, pun intended, for us to take a look at. Let's go ahead and dive right in. The release notes are going to be, of course, located inside of our GitHub/QuantumBlack/Labs/Kedro. And inside of here, we can go ahead to the release.md. Oh man, amazing. So we actually have some really cool stuff coming here. So check this out. For these major features, right, they've added the Kedro pipeline pull CLI command. This is incredible. What it means is that you can have a packaged modular pipeline existing somewhere else, and you can pull that pipeline right into your Kedro pipeline. So this is fantastic for pipeline reuse. So if you have your colleagues and yourself have a pipeline that is quite often used, you can pull that pipeline from another colleague's project and into your Kedro pipeline. We're going to have to definitely take a look at that for sure. Now let's see, we have a -- version option to the Kedro pipeline package. Oh, so you're allowed to specify the alternative versions to package that particular pipeline under. So this is definitely useful for some backward compatibility if you have a different version of Kedro running within a different org, or if you want to just share different versions of the pipeline. But this one is really cool. This -- starter option to Kedro new, this is phenomenal. Basically, what this allows you to do is it allows you to take a starter template from anywhere, including remote GitHub repositories, and use that template to create a new Kedro project. And this is fantastic when you know that you have a very similar workflow that you like to follow, or when there's a particular starter template that has a bunch of your IO that's built for your particular organization's needs. I think that is so cool. And I think what we're going to be seeing is a larger open source community that has these different Kedro starters for working with different kinds of data projects. And I think that's going to be awesome to see. So the json.JSONDataSet, this was actually available in the 0.15 release, but it was removed somehow during the 0.16.0 release. This was a very useful dataset because it allowed you to serialize JSON objects simply as a JSON file. The only alternative to this was using the YAML dataset, and sometimes YAML doesn't support the same things, or it's a little bit more complicated to use than JSON when you just want to get your JSON data saved somewhere. And so actually the truth is that this was a pull request that I made in order to get that in. So we removed the source nodes directly from the project template and made Kedro Jupyter convert, create it on the fly if necessary. That's great. I think that directory has been a little bit of annoyance for me, honestly. I always remove it and I just have a nodes.py Python file instead. And this is actually just for our videos because there's such small pipelines. And if you guys remember our video on Kedro Jupyter Convert, it is a phenomenal piece of CLI magic. I love using it, and I always use it whenever I'm writing some complicated nodes for my pipelines on a remote system. So we also fixed some bugs in MatplotlibWriter. Close all the PyPlotlib windows after saving PyPlotlibWriter. Great. So this was actually an issue, and I think we do have a video on MatplotlibWriter where you have to manually close the PyPlots. Thankfully, now that we have this built into the dataset, that is no longer required, which is awesome. And look at this, actually, Kedro Wings and Kedro Great, both community plugins that we wrote on this channel, are available in the documentation, so you can now see those guys there. Fix a bug where Kedro docs would fail because the built doc is, oh yes, actually this was, oh wow, this is another change that I made. So what happened was when you type in Kedro docs, it would actually try to pull the documentation from the incorrect file path. So definitely very, very useful here, so you can finally get your Kedro docs working again if you guys are using it. I think we have yet to make a video about Kedro docs on this channel, but we certainly will in the future. So make sure that you subscribe if you want to keep updated for when we do. And look at this one right here. Added a JSON parameter to the APIDataSet for the convenience of generating requests with JSON bodies. This was the pull request that we actually wrote on this channel. This was actually a few videos ago. And so you can see right here the changes that we make and all the things that we do to help Kedro become a better project really are accepted and appreciated by the wider community. And here, this is the case in point. So if you guys out there are interested in learning more about how to write better software, make sure that you guys also just open a pull request, just try it out. It's gonna definitely help excel your learning process for when you're trying to figure out how to program things in general. If you also want to accelerate your learning process here, make sure that you button that like, subscribe, and ring that ding if you want to know when we are pipelining. So I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.